The 2024 presidential election holds significant implications for the US trucking industry. The outcome could reshape the landscape for truckers and transportation companies. Key issues at stake include energy policy, environmental regulations, and immigration. These factors directly impact the cost of doing business, the availability of labor, and the adoption of new technologies. The trucking industry plays a vital role in the US economy. It moves goods from coast to coast, ensuring consumers have access to essential products. Policies enacted after the 2024 election will have a ripple effect throughout the entire supply chain. Understanding the potential changes is crucial for businesses and workers in this sector. The potential return of Donald Trump to the White House raises questions about the direction of these policies. Trump's previous term saw a focus on deregulation and American energy independence. He also implemented stricter immigration policies. It remains to be seen how closely a new Trump administration would align with these previous positions. The trucking industry will be watching closely as the 2024 election unfolds. The outcome will determine the regulatory environment, cost pressures, and labor market dynamics for years to come. This uncertainty underscores the importance for businesses to stay informed and adapt to the evolving political landscape. One of the most significant ways the 2024 election could impact the trucking industry is through energy policy. Fuel costs represent a major expense for trucking companies. Any changes to energy production or consumption will directly affect their bottom line. Trump has consistently advocated for American energy independence, emphasizing domestic oil production. A Trump victory could lead to policies that favor traditional energy sources like oil and gas. This might involve reducing regulations on drilling and exploration. Such measures could potentially lower fuel prices in the short term, providing relief to trucking companies struggling with operating costs. However, this approach may also raise concerns about long-term environmental sustainability. The push for energy independence may also impact the development and adoption of alternative fuel sources. While Trump has not explicitly opposed electric trucks, his administration's focus on traditional energy may result in less support for electric vehicle infrastructure and incentives. This could slow down the transition to a more sustainable trucking industry, leaving companies reliant on fossil fuels for the foreseeable future. The 2024 election presents a crossroads for the future of energy in the trucking industry. Policies enacted after the election will determine whether the industry continues to rely on traditional fuels or accelerates its transition towards cleaner alternatives. This decision will have significant implications for both the economy and the environment. Environmental regulations represent another key area where the 2024 election could significantly impact the trucking industry. The outcome will influence the pace and direction of the transition to cleaner trucking technologies. This has significant implications for air quality, public health, and the industry's long-term sustainability. Trump has previously rolled back environmental regulations, arguing they stifle economic growth. A second Trump administration might continue this trend, potentially impacting emissions standards for heavy-duty trucks. Relaxing these standards could lower manufacturing costs for truck makers and reduce the regulatory burden on trucking companies. However, it could also hinder the adoption of cleaner technologies, like electric trucks. The transition to electric trucks faces several challenges, including high upfront costs, limited range, and a lack of charging infrastructure. Government incentives and regulations play a crucial role in accelerating this transition. A Trump administration skeptical of climate change and environmental regulations may be less inclined to provide such support. The trucking industry is at a pivotal moment in its technological evolution. The 2024 election will determine the level of government support for cleaner technologies and the stringency of environmental regulations. This, in turn, will shape the industry's environmental footprint and its ability to adapt to a changing world. Section 4. The labor landscape, immigration policies, and the trucking workforce. As we look to the future, the trucking industry stands at a crossroads, facing both opportunities and challenges. With advances in technology, changes in policy, and evolving market demands, the path forward will require adaptability and innovation. The choices made today will shape the landscape of tomorrow, influencing everything from the workforce to the economy. It's a pivotal moment, one that calls for careful consideration and strategic planning. The journey ahead is uncertain, but with the right approach, the trucking industry can navigate these changes and emerge stronger than ever.